the sun. I mean, maybe that is how it works. Maybe it doesn't, because like in dowsing, folks, it doesn't matter if I'm looking for a dime that is within 50 feet of me, or if I'm looking for oil in the North Sea. Size has no relevance. Value has no relevance. So maybe that's the case with this, but it seems like it might have, if we're talking about electromagnetism from the sun and stuff. It seems like the sun, hasn't it gone dormant? And they were expecting it to be real volatile about now. And gosh, here's our music, Jeffrey. I guess we'll have to finish that another time. Hey, folks, it's been fun. I hope you enjoyed it. Give us some feedback, if you will, and check out Jeffrey's show tomorrow.
Don't Tread on Me radio show. Don't forget to subscribe to the top 10 news stories each day and listen to show archives at don'ttreadonme.tv. The guys will see you again tomorrow.
I hope you're enjoying the show half as much as I am, folks. I just love talking about the miraculous. And we were headed towards talking about the boy that sees without eyes. And, of course, Jeffrey and I got off on a whole different agenda there for a while. I would like to return to it because it is a shocking video, folks. He loses his eyes, and he then begins to see by taking a stick, and as he walks, he strikes whatever's, on the floor or the wall, and he is able to see pretty much like a bat using echo sound, and he sees well enough that he can ride a bike down the street and then shoot a basketball and make it just like any other 12-year-old, or I think he's about 10 or 12. It's an amazing feat. There's another case of the impossible, as I see it.
Yeah. Well, what you refer to as the impossible is our real nature. We put it that way, and I would too. But just because we're taken and our mind is hijacked when we're young, and we're learned to think that this isn't it. But this boy is just an example of what's in us all. And and if you doubt that, then I say, well, where did it come from then? This ability, do you think he's just got a birth defect or something? No way. Kids that are blind or adults develop all kinds of interesting abilities. I was going to look up in this book here I've got in front of me here called Transcending the Speed of Light. I was trying to find the page. And there's a whole situation where I'm going to find the title of it, but where blind people can feel colors. So if you get your markers out and color a piece of paper all red, and then tell them to tell you what color it is, they'll just put their hand on it and say, red. Or, then do it with blue, and they'll say, yes, blue. And so, that's what, and also this book here, Transcending the Speed of Light, he says on page 49, this is a great book, by the way, put out by Intertradition Press, which is a great publisher. On page 49, they talk about all these different theories of the brain being actually a sound device, and the whole universe, of course, is most likely some kind of cymatic or sound entity. So, you're looking at it from these more expansive ways. It kind of makes a whole lot of sense, this boy. He's just exemplifying what we really are, I'd say.
Also, folks, please, if you cannot do it tonight, do it tomorrow. Go to my blog and watch these videos. The blog is bigjohnlipscomb.blogspot.com. And one that I really, well, there's all of them are worth watching. But one is The Boy with Photographic Memory. Now, there is a series of documentaries about this young man. They're not home documentaries. They're done by the BBS or something like that. But what this young man is able to do, and I guess he's about 14 or 15 now, folks, is they take him up in a helicopter over different cities. And I watched 2 of them. He's been all over the world. But they fly him for 45 minutes over a huge city, and one of the first ones that he did was Rome. Okay? I don't know what the population of Rome is, but it's got to be over 1 million. It's huge. And they just fly, and he just looks out the window, right? Just enjoying himself. Then they take him back to this studio, and they have this panoramic canvas. It's a paper canvas that is in a circle, and it was that one on Rome was, I think, 40 feet in length and about 6 feet in height. And he goes over there. They hand him a pen, and he starts to draw the panoramic view of what he just saw. Now, okay. One is it's fantastic and beautiful art. As it looked a lot to me like it was the art of Da Vinci or something. It was astounding. But folks, the point is, afterwards they take the photograph, the panoramic view of Rome that he had done, and they overlay it. And they're so critical. They count the number of windows on every building, the pillars, the steps, and then they judge the height of buildings and the size relative to the ones near them, the streets, the angles of the street, and the young man nails it. He is 99% accurate in this, and it took him a week to do this. To just draw it. They then take him to Tokyo. He does the same thing there, which is astounding because they have these incredible buildings over there. He's been taken to New York City, Chicago, and he does the same thing. And some of these panoramic canvases that he draws on are like 60 to 70 feet long, and it takes him more than a week. I think one of them took 2 weeks for him to draw, and he loves it. He loves to do it, and it's just astounding. How in the world is he able to do that? And what they're starting to think or consider is the obvious, that we all have that ability. We all have it.
As I was just thinking, I mean, think about, John, this is something I was going to talk about on my show tomorrow, when you have a feeling about, the other day I had something I was really, kind of upset. And halfway through the day I started thinking, wait, why am I upset? And I had to sit there and think for a while. And I said, oh, that's why I'm upset, because this, one certain thing happened. And I just thought it was interesting that I had a feeling in me, but not only did I not see it with my mind's eye, with my awareness right away, but it took me a while to, figure it out. When I tried to go and focus on myself and figure out what was bothering me, it took me, a couple minutes. So that means there's all this stuff inside of us that we don't, that's outside of our awareness, that we can't detect for some reason. I mean, and you can go pretty far with this too. With you start talking about reverse speech and things. Where does that ability come from? The healing hands. Where does that ability come from? The ability to do telementation. I mean, all this stuff is locked up in there, and we have so little awareness of it. I've just theorized in the past that this is just because we've been altered. It doesn't make any sense to have this huge, massive consciousness. I didn't say brain, I said consciousness, with all these abilities, but then have our mind's eye, our awareness, have a really difficult time focusing on them. That doesn't make any sense at all to me. Maybe there is some reason that I don't see, but it sure seems kind of funny, to have